Welcome back to MMA Al Dente. I'm here to talk about Gillian Robertson versus Polyana Viana. Polyana's 31 years old, 13-6 as a pro, and she's got 4 inches of reach over 28-year-old Gillian, who is 12-8 as a pro. Polyana Viana is one of the most dangerous fighters on the planet. 13 wins and she's got 13 finishes. That's exceptional even for a guy, let alone a girl. I still call women girls. Maybe that's going to be a problem as I go into my 40s here. But she has 5 knockouts, 8 submissions. Just a very dangerous fighter, and most, if not all of those, take place in round 1. She's gotten some legit knockouts too. When I say knockouts, I'm not talking about positional TKOs. She leveled Jin Yu Frey last year in the UFC. She also cracked the chin of Amanda Hibosh, handing her first loss before they got to the UFC. Very dangerous. And on the ground, same thing. You get on top of this girl. She's got an armbar from the guard waiting for you. Actually, I think that's where she wants to be. Even she wants to be on her back as opposed to on top of you, which is the opposite for Gillian Robertson. It's what makes this an interesting fight and a very interesting round 1, which I'm really waiting on. And her armbar is her best submission, Polyana Viana. No doubt about it. She got Emily Whitmire and Mallory Martin inside the octagon with it. Gillian Robertson's best sub is the rear naked choke. You know, these girls are dangerous in their own ways, and it's going to be an interesting clash. Polyana Viana's also got 6 losses, 2 of them via submission, 4 via decision. The 2 submissions are to Veronica Macedo, now Veronica Hardy, who got her with an armbar from the guard. You know, most of the time it's about who wins the wrestling battle, but with Polyana Viana and Veronica Hardy anyway, it was about who was going to get the guard, and Veronica got her with the armbar. Yasmin Lucindo choked her out in her last fight with an arm triangle choke. Yasmin Lucindo is young, but that girl's got a lot of promise, and that was a good victory, and that's more in line with what Gillian's looking to do. Again, she probably will get the rear naked over the arm triangle, but it's a top game, top pressure submission. And it showed that she showed that can work against Viana too. And the other 4 losses are all by decision. We've seen him in the UFC where her danger fades, fails her, and she fades a little bit. Tabitha Ricci and J.J. Aldrich actually beat both these girls by decision. Those are 2 very good fighters in different ways. Tabitha Ricci was able to stuff the guard of Polyana Viana, whereas against Gillian Robertson, it was all about keeping the fight on the feet. Gillian, like I said, she's more of a rear naked choke machine. She's a very technical fighter. I say it every time I talk about her, and I'll say it again. She's the female Jeremy Horn, in case you're old enough to remember him. But she's a girl who's up against it physically and athletically, but technically she's the superior in just about any matchup. And on top, she's got a smothering top game, always advancing, climbing on you, passing those legs, something Tabitha Ricci didn't do. It's the opposite of what Ricci did, stuffing the guard of Viana. Gillian, if she gets on top, will be looking to advance and choke her out eventually. And she does have 9 subs in her 12 wins. I'm assuming there's at least 8 of them by rear naked choke. Her 1 TKO, I remember that. It was against Sarah Frota, full mount. And she's also got 2 decisions. Gillian Robertson's losses, 8 of them, include 1 by TKO, Macy Barber, who's a force to be reckoned with. Mayra Buena Silva's the one girl to submit her. She's in the co-main event on this card, fighting for a world title, so there's that. And the other 6 losses are all by decision. Tabitha Ricci and J.J. Aldrich, like I said, keeping the fight on the feet, now pointing her. And also Tyler Santos, Cynthia Calvillo, whoever else. UFC level is my point. But Gillian, when she wins, again, she's winning by submission deep into the fight. She's gotten 1 submission in round 1 that I can remember, and it's over Priscilla Cachoeira. And even that was deep into round 1. Although she might have been motivated by some eye pokes, which fueled her. But generally, she's got to suck some of the life out of you by getting top position and making you work, and then slowly advancing on you, and in the end, dominating you and choking you. Gillian Robertson. She does have that armbar over Piera Rodriguez. But Yeah, rear naked choke is what I see in this fight. I'm taking Gillian Robertson. I think round one's going to be very interesting, watching the stylistic clash, especially if Gillian gets on top of her. Like I said, Polyana Viana's looking to armbar you from the guard, and Gillian Robertson's looking to step over one of your legs and climb up on you to a rear naked choke eventually. I'm taking Gillian. I think she'll have maybe a few dicey moments early with the pure danger of Viana, certainly on the feet where she's up against it, but I think this will be a grappling match in one way or another. And even on the ground, I think she could run into some trouble. But the danger is definitely with Gillian Robertson here. I'm picking her to advance and win a Gillian Robertson type of fight, which means submission in round 2 or round 3, more than likely a rear naked choke. And I've played her money line at minus 210 right now, because that's all that's been available. But once the props open up, Gillian Robertson by submission deep into the fight is always enticing to me. It's where the majority of her wins come from. So that's that. And you know what? I'm not going to hedge, but if you were going to hedge with Polyana Viana, her getting a round 1 finish in any sort of way, you can probably get some juicy odds. Might be worth a hedge there. She's already sitting at plus 180, her money line, which is nice enough. But yeah, Gillian Robertson is the pick and the play. Like, share, subscribe, all that horse shit, and check out my other videos.